Hello, and welcome to another edition of
The English Couple.
Yes, the English Couple. And today we've got a different type of show. It's more like a little picture show, isn't it?
Yes, a montage with us talking over it.
Yes, so excuse us looking a bit dull. We're filming this at the end of the day and light is fading, but we are filming in our new polytunnel.
Ta-da!
Which is pretty much now complete. It even has plants.
Yes.
Which is, I suppose, what a polytunnel is supposed to have.
Yes.
But anyway, enough about that, because we want to show you lots of stuff that you've been out with your camera, haven't you?
I have. I just used my telephone, my mobile phone, to do that. So the quality isn't going to be as good as it could have been, because I do have a very lovely camera I was given. And I will use it next time, I promise.
So what are we looking at? Yeah.
For now, we've got a few bits and bobs to look at to show. Well, we're at the very beginning of summer, aren't we? And everything is in full pelt.
So yes.
So
it's looking very colourful and very, as you say, just flourishing.
Yes. So first of all, we have this lovely rose that my Nanny B, call her. I gave to her decades and decades ago, and I've actually had back for nearly a decade now since my grandfather died, and I inherited it back. So, but she's looking lovely. And here we have lots of buttercup and white clover all over the place, and it's lovely to see that all coming up now.
Oh, and these must be latent to the land that we're on. You know, these buttercups and all the lovely flowers. You know, because when we came, as you know, it was a bit of a jungle.
Yes, indeed. All these overgrown grasses and thorns and thistles and nettles. But now that we've cleared some patches, you see things coming up like the downland orchid.
Oh.
So I'm told is what it's called.
I think it. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them on the downs, and it is an orchid, different type of orchid from the ones that you buy in the shops that are very, very expensive. But it's a sort of a wild orchid.
And we've got the purple clover as well as the white clover all coming up, and all over the place we're seeing lots of things that it was a mast year last year, so there's lots of oak acorns on the ground, and those are starting to come up. And we've got lots of oaks of all sorts of ages now, haven't we?
We have.
We've got lots of young self-seeded ones. We've got some we planted in the pots that are coming up in amongst some onions. Long story. But yeah, loads and loads of buttercups everywhere, and it's gorgeous. And we've got these 5 to 10 year old oaks to sit in front of these older oaks. I don't know what age they are, but I don't know, between 30 and 50, I think.
Yes,
years
quite a
of
lot.
age. Yeah, and then beyond that, we've got there's 4 really mature oaks here of 200 plus. Years of age, and they're all stunning, and we've actually named the 4 big ones. We've got issues here such as various leaves being eaten, and this is the apple.
Oh, on the apple tree, yes.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't really see it this stage last year because we weren't quite here then, because we didn't get to here towards the end of July, so we're still only in May as we film this. But I don't know whether it will recover, but let's hope it does.
But it does have apples on it. They are growing. They're sparser than last year, but they are there. We've also planted a comfrey underneath it. The other of the 2 comfreys we had from pots, that was still sitting in a pot. We finally got it in the ground, and it's looking really happy. We've got honeysuckle as well. We're starting to braid them and just to strengthen them up. And hopefully I'll build a structure around that as an arch that they can climb over, and that in there might be a bit of a herb garden at some point. So yeah, the honeysuckle's doing really well. And we've got bindweed everywhere. That's one problem. The bindweed is now finding ways up and out of the ground.
Yes, bindweed, nettles, brambles, thistles.
Yeah. But we've got all sorts of our vegetables coming to fruition now.
Very exciting time.
Yeah, the broad beans are fattening, aren't they?
And we did actually try them, didn't we?
We did.
Perhaps we were a bit early with them,
Yeah.
but they were very sweet.
Very tasty indeed. We've got carrots coming up, the little tiny shoots. I assume that they are. They're growing where I put the seeds.
Fingers crossed.
Some of them were attacked, but yeah, I think we've got plenty coming up for now. Onions are coming, almost preparing for their final stages to be harvested. The pea pods, we've got loads of lovely pea pods.
And peas have been a bit of a challenge, haven't they, with us? Because we planted some last year and then they sort of fizzled a bit. And then we've had mice attack them and you put them in hanging baskets.
Yeah.
But they have, now we've got the pods and it's very exciting.
And I've had to create this web support network above the, and put in extra canes and stuff. So I'm learning. But they seem to be really happy with that and they're going full guns now. And we've got loads of pea pods out there.
Excellent.
Hanging on it. It's marvellous. The horse beans are coming up really nicely. I keep meaning to put some fleece, the wool.
And these are light broad beans, aren't they? The horse beans.
I think they like a heritage type of broad bean. And then we've got wild strawberries. We planted them all over several places.
Yeah.
Kind of as a hoping that we might get some, but a bit of a an offering to the wildlife as such. But we have some lovely big strawberries as well.
Which we did nibble one.
Yeah, I don't think I took any footage of those, sadly.
Oh, that's a shame.
And we've, of course, with the sun being out and it being a bit of a heat wave at the minute, the pond is still dry. I mean, it's everything we can do to keep just a small section of it wet, to keep the pondweed. And he said the peed wand.
Yes, the peed wand.
The pondweed. I love a spoonerism, but that was a weird one. Oh, that's right, and it's also imperative that we keep some water in the bottom of the pond because we have seen it being used for drinking by pheasants.
Pheasants, and also I happened to walk past and I think there was a blackbird or some other bird that suddenly came out of it, surprised me. But pheasants, yeah, lovely.
You've also seen Mojo, the younger of the three cats, drinking from it, which is
true.
Interesting. The water butt you put together.
Yes, the guttering and the downpipe and the water butt, that when we did have a day of rain, it collected it very quickly, so we need to do more of that.
Yeah, and have them in succession, more water butts in succession and all loaded up to overflow, and maybe even a flow off into the pond itself. But here we go. The rhubarb, you've moved your rhubarb, haven't you?
The rhubarb wasn't very happy at all where it was, and I just couldn't understand why it wasn't growing. So in the end, put it into a different place and in the shade. And I'd learned really by actually that plants with big leaves like to be in the shade, hence they have big leaves to get as much sunshine. And he didn't like too much, and so he didn't need to grow.
That's a good theory. I think you're bang on there. So the other comfrey, the second comfrey that planted underneath the nectarine and peach, it's doing okay, but it's not quite as happy as the other one.
That's a shame. Again, that's got big leaves, so maybe it needs to be more shaded.
Maybe it does need to be more shaded. Maybe I'll plant something else in front of it to give it some of that shade.
Yeah.
What else have we got here? Nectarine and peach are doing lovely. I've given them a bit of a trim here and there to take off some of the bits that were dying off, but it's coming on great guns.
Can't wait. No, we won't have them this year though, will we?
No. The plum, the spliced plum that we were given of the two different varieties. One's definitely a Victoria plum, and the other one I can't remember. She wasn't sure herself.
Was it a Georgian plum? One was Victorian and one was Georgian.
That would be funny, but anyway. I'm hoping, because it's a bit of a funny shape, I'm hoping to do that thing where you strip the bark around from around a little bit, and you put compact some soil around it, so that encourages roots, and then you can cut it off and replant.
Oh right.
So transplant that way.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. So then we'll have another plum tree, but that's doing really well. And in fact, we've discovered we have another plum tree. What we thought might have been
that's true.
Is actually a plum,
Plum
and there's
tree.
loads on it.
Loads of plums. Do you like plums?
I love plums.
That's just as well.
So we didn't get any footage of that, unfortunately. But yes, back to nettles, dock and and things like that.
We got loads of those.
Yeah.
People have said in the comments, don't get rid of them all. There's no chance that we can get rid of them all.
No, we don't want to, and we won't. But we have to get rid of the root
certain
network
areas.
from certain areas because.
In fact, I've had to, outside of this, right outside the door is a bank of nettles. And of course, we don't want to get stung to bits as you leave the polytunnel. So, don't panic.
No, don't worry. The Mirabelle plum, we have a little Mirabelle plum. I didn't get any footage of that, but...
But you've got some.
Yeah, we've got some. Oh, yes, but that's right. The Mirabelle plum is covered in them. It's not as...
Covered in what?
Plums.
Oh, plums.
The Mirabelle plum tree is covered in Mirabelle plums.
Yes.
But
as opposed to raspberries.
Yeah, not as prolific as last year, but still, they're there.
Right.
Again, we got loads of small oats, but... Oh, yeah, pears. We've got pears on the pear trees. We've seen a couple of different pears.
Lovely.
So that's all happy.
Everyone likes a nice pear, don't they?
A pair of pears is nice for me.
Yes, I'm sure.
Quite fair.
Quite fair.
Cherries. We've got cherries on the cherry tree, which is lovely to see.
Well, yes.
Because we didn't see any of them last year at all.
No, and I dare say the birds will get them again.
Yeah, we were told that that you need to cover
with
at least one of the branches with a net, otherwise you'll get none of them yourself.
Yes.
And as I found several savage cherries on the ground that were
they're already at
yeah,
them.
they're already at it. Yeah, so the potatoes.
Oh yes, potatoes going great guns. We're loving the potatoes. We can't wait to see if they actually produce any potatoes, because all we can see is the tops, the green tops, which on one level is exciting, but the other, I see different people doing it in different ways. Some using straw, some using compost and things, banking them up. Some people don't bank them up at all, and you just think, what will it be like? So we're either going to have a bumper crop or a dreadful crop.
It's looking and feeling nice and organic, I feel.
Yeah, everything's organic.
Tell us what you think. We've got St John's wort in the ground. We've actually discovered there was one already here.
There was one here. Whether it was planted by a previous owner of the land,
or whether it's self-seeded from bird poop or not.
Yeah, we don't know. But we've got two now, and they seem to be all right, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And the cattery that we built, well, Richard put together very kindly, has been really useful. First of all, the two senior cats, and I have to be able to put them and secure them away sometimes if I'm leaving, if I'm going away for a couple of hours while we're here, go shopping or whatever, get their supplies. I need not to be able to worry about them. But also, sometimes we need to be able to put Mojo in there if he's getting a bit too much with the hunting. Because obviously he is learning how to dispatch them quickly, which is good, but we don't want him to do that too much. And of course, at the moment, this is the main thing, at the moment there's fledgling birds on the ground, so it'd be a couple of weeks, so he's spending a fair bit of time in the cattery at the moment.
But actually, he does seem to be happy with that, because he spends a lot of time dozing in different places, so he doesn't seem to complain, does he?
No. The older cats, they're absolutely no problem for the wildlife at all. They're senior, they don't care. They just want to sit in the sun and eat and sleep. The trench for the building of this here lovely polytunnel.
So, in building the polytunnel, we decided that we would do the similar as we did with the small one. And you would have seen us in previous shows marching up and down, trying and thinking different ways of different structures, and in the end we decided, as you probably gathered, not that you can see it in this shot, but in previous episodes, the skeleton is of similar thing, and we have to build a trench either side so that when the plastic is put over the top, it goes into this trench and then the earth is refilled on it to stop the plastic from coming off, and it really fixes it down to the ground. Yes. Only it's a bigger polytunnel, and therefore it's a lot more to dig, as you can see. But we happen to do it right in the middle of this heat wave in the sort of middle of the day, and we were sweating buckets, I can tell you, but we did it.
it's so amazing because just standing in the small polytunnel again, I was looking around and the motivation has risen tenfold. Right, my brain's now organised because it's not cluttered in there. I can see what's going on. I can say, right, now I can do this, I can do that, I can move them up to there and move them up to there.
We've got space.
We've got space to do
and
things.
Hopefully, we can keep everything watered. We can keep everything at the right temperature, and things won't be too cluttered.
Yes, things can grow more appropriately, not just jammed in any which space, any which way they can.
Yeah.
So,
is that the end of the
that's
pictures?
the end of the notes.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I hope you've enjoyed all those images that Julia's gone round. Bit of a different type of episode, and we apologise for being late because we didn't get it out on the right day.
But I was desperate to just get something out.
Yes, and we were also desperate to get this finished because it's been one of those projects, actually 2 months late, well, a month late. I wanted this done by the end of April so that we had May and June, but it's now ready for June and there's still plenty of time to get things growing.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is getting a bit dark and we've got to go and water the potatoes and all the other bits and pieces, which all takes a bit of time, so we better say goodbye.
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
And from all of us plants.
All of us plants and humans alike.
See you next time.
Ciao for
Bye-bye.
now.